We all remember the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 that marked a pivotal moment in world history as the Japanese launched a surprise aerial assault on the U.S. naval base. This event catapulted the United States into World War II and signaled a climax in the deteriorating relations between the U.S. and Japan. But now, there's been a growing apprehension surrounding the possibility of a Pearl Harbor-style attack by China. And this makes us ask ourselves if this massive surprise strike could succeed in swiftly eliminating a significant portion of U.S. military assets in the Indo-Pacific region, potentially leading to the decline of the United States as a superpower. Curious to find out if this could become a reality? Stick around as we dive in. Examining the historical context, the original Pearl Harbor attack was a strategic move by Japan, driven by its urgent need for natural resources, particularly oil. Facing a reserve shortage due to the freezing of Japan's assets by the U.S., Japan aimed to secure the resources necessary for its imperial ambitions. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a calculated part of this strategy, intended to weaken the U.S. response to Japan's territorial invasions. The repercussions were profound, with the attack prompting national unity, ending American isolationism, and propelling the U.S. into World War II. Currently, the geopolitical tensions between the United States and China are complex. But how did it all start? China thinks of Taiwan as an important part of its land and has said it is ready to use force to bring the two sides back together. Taiwan, however, has governed itself independently since 1949 with a democratically elected government. Although the United States does not officially recognize Taiwan as a separate country, it maintains a robust unofficial relationship. It has supplied substantial military aid to ensure Taiwan's ability to defend itself. The South China Sea presents another flashpoint, with multiple governments, including China, Taiwan, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei, staking claims to this strategically vital and resource-rich waterway. China's expansive territorial claims in the region have led to heightened militarization of disputed islands and confrontations with neighboring states. The United States has responded by conducting freedom of navigation operations, deploying Navy destroyers close to contested islands, raising concerns about the potential escalation of tensions. Central to these tensions is the U.S. military's presence in the Indo-Pacific region. The Indo-Pacific hosts many military forces, including China's People's Liberation Army, or the PLA, which has prioritized efforts to counter U.S. aircraft carrier strike groups and ground-based forces in the region. China's military modernization has been extensive, marked by significant advancements in critical areas, although it still trails behind the U.S. in overall military hardware and operational proficiency. But what does it take to catch a superpower like the U.S. off guard? China's military buildup primarily focuses on developing capabilities that challenge U.S. defense capabilities in Asia. A pivotal aspect of China's military strategy is its emphasis on missile technology. The People's Liberation Army, or PLA's rocket force, boasts a substantial arsenal of ballistic missiles, including nuclear and conventionally armed variants. These missiles play a central role in China's military strategy, serving to deter and, if necessary, counter U.S. military forces in the region. China's anti-satellite, or ASAT, capabilities form another critical component of its military strategy. Counterspace capabilities include direct descent ASAT missiles, co-orbital ASAT systems, and the potential for sea-based ASAT capabilities by modifying ballistic missiles like the JL-2. The Pentagon has reported on China's development of missiles and electronic weapons designed to target satellites in both low and high Earth orbits, recognizing their centrality to modern warfare. The concept of a bolt from the blue attack is a key element of China's military doctrine. This refers to a massive surprise strike with the potential to swiftly cripple U.S. military assets. Grounded in the belief that if China perceives a threat to its core strategic interests, it may launch a preemptive missile strike against U.S. bases and assets in the Western Pacific. This strategy aims to gain a strategic advantage by capitalizing on the element of surprise and overwhelming force before the U.S. can mount an effective response. U.S. defense strategists take the potential for such an attack seriously, recognizing that China's formidable missile forces could target U.S. bases and naval power in the region. The bolt-from-the-blue attack concept aligns with China's military doctrine, prioritizing surprise and indicating a preference for preemptive strikes. This strategic approach underscores the evolving dynamics and challenges within the broader geopolitical landscape. China is thinking about a surprise attack for several different reasons. There is a strong ideological goal in the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, to unify Taiwan, which has been a goal for a long time. The CCP regards Taiwan as a renegade province and has consistently asserted its right to use force for reunification. The upcoming 2024 Taiwanese presidential election adds a potential trigger point, raising the possibility of heightened tensions and military action. Another motivation stems from China's broader ambition to assert dominance in the region and position itself as a global power. The strategic objective involves establishing regional harmony, particularly in the Western Pacific, and pushing U.S. military forces away from its shores. Seen as a necessary step for China to project power globally and secure its regional base, this ambition underscores the significance of the Western Pacific in China's geopolitical calculations. The U.S. is a crucial deterrent to China's strategic goals. The U.S. military's focus on deterring conflict in the Indo-Pacific region and its strategy of deterrence by denial aim to prevent China from achieving regional military dominance. In this context, a surprise attack could be perceived by China as a strategic necessity to overcome the deterrent the U.S. military poses and advance its geopolitical objectives. But if this occurs, how could the Chinese get it done? First off, the Chinese can initiate cyber attacks, targeting Taiwan or potentially the United States as part of a larger operation. These cyber attacks could focus on exploiting specific vulnerabilities to disrupt, paralyze, or destroy operational capabilities, after which the Chinese can go ahead with a precision strike attack. Over the years, the Chinese have invested in developing precision strike capabilities, as evident in its military doctrine's multi-domain precision warfare concept. As part of this plan, a network that combines big data and artificial intelligence will be used to quickly find the most important holes in the U.S. operations system and start targeted attacks against them. Satellite and GPS systems are crucial in modern warfare, providing essential capabilities for navigation, communication, and guiding precision weapons. The potential for destruction or disruption of these systems could have far-reaching impacts since the U.S. military relies on GPS for navigation and precision targeting. Exploiting this vulnerability could erode traditional navigation skills among military personnel, potentially impeding operational effectiveness in GPS-denied environments. If this attack becomes successful, what would it mean for a superpower like the United States? In the short term, the U.S. military would bear the brunt, particularly if critical assets in the Indo-Pacific region were targeted. The potential disruption or destruction of satellite and GPS systems could significantly compromise the effectiveness of U.S. military operations. Currently, the U.S. economy could face severe ramifications with disruptions to global supply chains leading to economic instability. The substantial rebuilding cost and response to the attack could strain the U.S. economy. On a broader scale, the global standing of the United States could be markedly impacted, potentially signaling the end of its days as a superpower and altering global power dynamics. The United States has made steps to increase its readiness in reaction to what it perceives as a threat from China. U.S. military preparedness, presence, infrastructure, and force posture in the Indo-Pacific area have been enhanced in response to China's designation as the pacing challenge and strategic investments. However, concerns linger about the adequacy of these preparations, with some intelligence and defense officials expressing apprehensions that Beijing could exploit perceived deficiencies in American readiness. People have said that the current administration isn't doing enough to deal with the China threat, while proposing a budget aimed at outcompeting China and confronting global security threats, including investments in strategies for Indo-Pacific and global deterrence. The effectiveness of these measures remains uncertain. there is a recognized need for improved defenses, diplomacy, and deterrent strategies to prevent such attacks. This includes investments in new technologies, strengthening alliances, and developing effective deterrent strategies. As the U.S. deals with a changing world political scene, these measures will be very important in determining how a surprise attack might affect the U.S. military, business, and reputation worldwide. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time.